Hi everybody, this is Big Al. I'm going to show you how we do things in a big way. That's our TV, 58-inch in a little room. That's my buddy Spock. That's our dog over there. Hey Spock. Okay, anyway, I'm going to take you into the kitchen here. And I'll respect the Puerto Rican. Our house is like a Puerto Rican pawn shop. When we can get good deals on stuff, we stock up on it. That's our strategy. We love stuff and clutter, and we're crazy. So anyway, I'm going to do a video here for you. And it's all about cooking. And I'll tell you the story here in a minute. Okay. On chat line, and I don't need these glasses, so I'll take those off. On chat line, I have a gentleman buddy named Bill Warden. He's an Elvis impersonator. He does a lot of the old folks' homes, Lake Ann. I think he's done it the last couple years. He's a true We're lucky to have like Mike Albert, he's fantastic, Gary Shreves, and Bill Warden. They really care about Elvis and what Elvis has done, and they try to do their best to give you a show. And anyway, lucky to have him. And Bill Warden, Bill, thank you very much. So what goes around comes around, because this is kind of in depth. I don't call myself a chef. I don't have any papers. I haven't gone to school. But a couple of my friends who are a lot smarter than me call me a creative genius. Now, I'm a music guy. I sing like, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. I'm a singer. They know Elvis, I'll have a blue Christmas. Willie on the road again. Anyway, just call me Big Al Cook. Big Al the Singing Cook. That'll be my title starting today. Big Al the Singing Cook. Okay, recently I won an award. Oh, there's Spock. Thank you, Spock. Won an award at Greenview, where Kathy works, and assisted living. I won the chili cook-off. I won #1. And this, and I have, and I want to categorize myself. I say I'm the king of karaoke. I don't mind bragging. I am a badass cook. And most of it is my creation, my desire. Sometimes I look for things, whatever, but I am a badass cook. And some of the recipes, like Swiss steak, my zucchini soup, like Gary Green, and he taught me that, and different recipes, just like chili. I can make chili 10 different ways. I can make spaghetti. Some people have had my spaghetti on and on chili. They say it's the best they've ever had. On and on. I try to perfect. Even Hacker's bean soup, a friend of mine said I could never duplicate it. In the last bean soup I took over, they thought it was Hacker's because I figured it out. Okay, here we go. Here's the first thing you need. You need a pan like this, a big pan to cook on the stove. And what I do is I use extra virgin oil. And so I'll take extra virgin oil and I'll cut up, I would say three of these, but I'm going to make a big pot like this. So I'd say 3 Spanish onions. I cut them up real fine, and then I cut up a green pepper real fine. Where did I learn this? Wendy's. Okay, so I cut up the green pepper real fine. I cut up the onion, but I don't use garlic. I love garlic in spaghetti. I love garlic in some other things that I cook, but not so much in chili. I don't use it in chili. Okay, so anyway, I get the onions and the green pepper going keep stirring it up, get it going, and I'll put in 5 pounds of ground chuck. Chop it, chop it, chop it, keep cooking, keep going. Drain the grease. We feed everything outside, so we'll drain the grease on some bread, throw it out to the birds. Okay, so when I get that going, oh, you know what, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go over here because I gotta show you the can. And if I don't, then okay. I am one, I don't know if you saw, but I have Coke and Pepsi over there. I like both of them. But I'm always comparing the whole tomatoes, okay? To give you an example, I tried Red Pack, Contadina, Hunts, and these. Okay, one of them was a 5, one was a 2 were a 7, and one was a 10. They have the best tomatoes. I tried them side by side. I opened the cans and I tasted. Okay, my buddy Gary Green, who's a very good cook, he said, Al, I get them from DeVita's from Italy. They're the best. They're great. Well, he gave me a can of them, same size as this. I tried them by side, and it was a tie. So, and I've seen these at Giant Eagle and Acme, 10 for $10 on sale. And I know they're over a couple bucks, but these are the tomatoes you use. Okay, I would suggest, in a separate pan, I'd put in 1 to 2 cans of this, depending on how much you want to make, a lot. And then I use El Paso red enchilada sauce. Now keep in mind, this is all from my brain here. This is all my creation. Because I kept thinking flavor. I want great flavor. So, and this is a red, mild enchilada sauce. Okay, right there. Okay. Now beans, I buy the red and the dark. Okay, so Joan of Arc, and I would say about 5 cans of each, or a couple big cans anyway. And then just for a show, I'll put in 1 can of Bush's chili black beans. And that's just for, I don't know, for looks. I don't know how much flavor it does. But I put that all in. So anyway, I've got the meat cooked. I've got the onions and green pepper. And then I'll put in about 10 of these. You can use these on the vine. They have the best taste. Or those little ones have a real good flavor. But I usually chop up about 8 or 10 of these. And I put that right in the meat and the onion. And so I cook that. And then I dump all this stuff I'm talking about into the big pan, the bigger pan. So then, here's what I came up with. Taco Bell taco sauce. I'll tell you what, and they use it with meat that has fillers. They don't use it with black Angus pure beef. This is really a good flavor. It's a dominant flavor. It'll grab you. So I won the chili cook-off, not these other. And I'll tell you what, I heard some recipes, this and that, but the flavor grabs you. I'd use about 4 packages of this. Okay. Then right here, Taco Bell hot sauce and Taco Bell mild sauce, half a bottle of each. You listen to Bill Warden, you asked me, and I'm going out of my way to do this for you. I want you to enjoy it. I love to share. I'm not going to, well, this is my secret, you can't have none. I'm not one bit selfish. Hey, if you want to know something, if I can help people out, let you know what I'm doing. With my creative, when I had my TV show, everybody was stealing Big Al's ideas. Steal, and you know what? You don't have to steal because I'll give it to you. Okay, so half a bottle of this, half a bottle of that. And paprika. I'm not going to name other brands, But this, trust me, is the best brand. And it's SZEGED, whatever. I have sweet paprika and hot. Not that much. I'd say the hot, maybe even, not even a half a teaspoon, maybe a quarter of a teaspoon, very little. The sweet, you might put in a half a teaspoon. Okay, but the flavor, it adds flavor. Okay, I'm gonna grab my list here. I went on. If you want to do it right, it's an Indian grocery store, and the reason I go there, anytime you use, like even spaghetti, everyone knows you use pork neck bone, fresh basil, fresh oregano, fresh garlic. But anyway, on this stuff here, Route 8 up the expressway, past Cuyahoga Falls, get off at Front Street. You make a right, and 100 yards up is Bailey Road. Make a left, and on the right-hand side is the Indian grocery store. Indian. Okay, well, here's what's happening. This is great. I learned this from a chef out at Fairlawn Country Club. This is fresh, much better than in the jars. And at that Indian store you can get it. This is coriander. I'd use about a tablespoon and a half. Cumin, I'd use about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. So my brain is complex, but let me say this. Kathy's boss said, "Hey, why don't you enter the chili cook-off?" And I said, "Well, no." And she said, "Why not?" I said, "Because I'll kick your butts." And that's what I said. And the chef came in with his recipe, and I asked him, I said, I hope you're a good loser. And he said to me, "I come to win." Well, and it kind of embarrassed me, but when I was sitting there, I sat there for about an hour and a half watching people test. Our number was number 1. They had all these crock pots. And anyway, I kept seeing the people go, "Oh, number 1. Oh, number 1. Oh." So whether these ideas are corny, goofy, I don't know. But you know what? It works. And if it works and if it tastes great, then you can thank Big Al. Okay? Big Al cook. Big Al badass. Thank you very much. And let's see. Anything else I want to sing? Remember David Clayton? I'm not scared of dying and I don't really care. See, love on the rocks ain't no big surprise. I won't say singing chef, the singing cook. Big Al, the singing cook. You'll never find as long as you live. Lou Rawls, I'd like him to have some of my cooking. Because you know what? I brag. And why do I brag? Because everything I do, I do the best I can. I love perfection. See y'all later. Oh, Bill Warden, thanks once again. Oh, you know what? Oh, surprise, surprise, surprise. Bueller's on Maslin Road turns into Wales, going towards Maslin. They have, and I need to put on my glasses for this, and I use those little sodium, here, yeah, these little, what are they called? Oyster crackers for chili. I really like them, but if you want to, excuse me, dynamite bread, it's Italian and grain bread from Bueller's, or 6 grain Italian. Man, the flavor, it's really, really good. I mean, now Mazzola's has great Italian bread. Ciabatta from, what do you call it? Lakemore there. It's called Ciabatta, and Health Nut from, okay, let's see. Then this rustic ASACO bread. It has like a cheese filler. You put it in the pan, flip it over. I learned that from Ruth Gensler. she told me about these breads, brought this one over, I loved it. And I haven't tried this yet, but I hear it's fantastic. So, okay, I guess that's it. Anything, I'm just looking back. And you know, if you want to cook it on low heat for an hour, hour and a half. You know, let the flavor sink in. Okay, no more singing. No more talking. Big Al, bad ass cook. Thanks.